We are headed straight towards acceleration into a new age, and there's no stopping it. We are entering a brand new era for humanity, the age of AI, where all the work we've been tied to for centuries finally gets automated. This is a brand new paradigm for humankind, and this is what I talk about on my channel, the intersection of AI and humanity. The new intelligence on our horizon is not human, it's artificial, but we need to use our human intelligence to both understand it as best we can and adapt to it. It's likely we will never understand AGI. It will have to explain itself to us. But the best thing we could ever do is stop and adapt. Stop old habits, start learning how to use and work with artificial intelligence in our daily lives. I believe that if we use our human intelligence to adapt to the coming wave of artificial intelligence, that this will open up the doors for us to finally get back to rediscovering our meaning. We have lost meaning in society today. Over 70% of 1 billion people that work at typical jobs are unhappy. They've lost touch with what it means to be a human being. And because of this new paradigm coming, we actually have the chance to step away from the mundane and let the robots and automation take that off our plates. In this video, I want to cover, are we actually closer to artificial general intelligence, aka AGI? The launch of Sakana AI's automated AI researcher has a lot of people believing that we've made a leap towards AGI. Have we? What does automated AI research really mean? We're going to break it down in this video. If we haven't met, hi, I'm Julie McCoy. I work full-time in AI. I sold a human-only writing agency so I could submerge full-time in what I knew was coming, the potential automation of all content creation. By the way, I'm human, not a bot, although a lot of you in the comments like to speculate that I am indeed a bot, or am I? Just kidding. But really, I'm just another critical thinker that doesn't want to sell my soul to the rat race. I like to create my own solutions, dream big, and pave new ways. And I like to bring as many people along with me as I can. All right, so first, before we jump into the automated AI researcher and talk about it, including that interesting piece of information in Leopold Aschenbrenner's report, where he literally referenced automated AI research as one specific step on the road to AGI, I'm going to talk a little bit about AI hype. So several of you have tagged me on X, left me comments on YouTube about Project Strawberry, but the reason I haven't is because I recently got caught up in some hype that turned out to be complete hype, just a smokescreen. There was a Twitter account called I Rule the World MO that published some very convincing tweets or X posts about the potential of a world-changing AGI-like GPT-5 launching from OpenAI August 15th. This X account referenced Thursday, August 15th as the date it would come out. To make matters worse, Sam Altman even replied to this Twitter account, making it look like everything that person was saying, maybe it's a bot, maybe it's a person, was legitimate. I read into all the tweets, I got carried away, I got very excited. But when August 15th rolled around, I was in Las Vegas at AI4, still glued to the news, glued to the X accounts to see what would come out. What actually broke was Elon Musk's Grok 2, which was the real culprit behind sus column R. If you don't know sus column R, it was a thread on the LM-Sys chatbot arena. And what happened on sus column R was there was a new model that you could prompt through the chatbot that was killing it in answers to logic, math, and reasoning. This was quickly linked to the hype around Project Strawberry, and X basically blew up with the idea that sus column R was OpenAI's GPT-5. Nope, it's Elon Musk's Grok 2, which in early testing actually outperformed Claude 3.5 and GPT-4 Turbo, excelling especially in complex reasoning and coding challenges. Now imagine if I had just jumped on the hype train and published another video when all the speculation was occurring and told you all the hype I was starting to believe from these X bots, I mean people. Well, would I have just been adding more noise? Now actually says in his bio that he's purely theater, and he changed that after Grok 2 came out, and he also tweeted how you shouldn't really believe anything he posts. And then he went on to say how the new GPT would scan your eyeballs, continuing to build all kinds of myths. I know that most of you subscribe and watch me for guidance on this one big question. Are we actually closer to AGI? And so I want to be true to that and avoid the hype. I believe that the advancements in robotics, like I talked about in my video, The Humanoid Revolution, bring us so much closer to AGI AGI. When AI can walk among us and take in real-time context, that changes everything for its understanding of how we work. I think that Project Strawberry is a lot of hype. These Twitter accounts like I Rule the World MO should probably be avoided. And Grok 2, while it is excelling at reasoning, math, and quantitative tasks, it's not a massive breakthrough. But at the same time, the sum total of breakthroughs like Grok 2 are what bring us better and better models, bring us closer to AGI. Every day, I think we're getting closer to AGI. I mean, there's no stopping it at this point. We still have to ask ourselves what's real, what's fact, and what's fiction. I don't think we'd be good stewards of our lives or our business opportunities if we didn't ask that question. Okay, so now that we've busted through some of the hype and the myths, let's get into the automated AI researcher, which is not hype nor a myth. But I'll also share that the task itself of fully automating a complete piece of content all the way to publishing is not technically something new. How do I know this? I'm working on the inside of it. First of all, what is the AI scientist? It's launched by a company called Sakana AI. This is their paper on it. As you scroll through it, you see that they're talking about pioneering the use of nature-inspired methods to advance cutting-edge foundation models. They found a way to automatically merge the knowledge of multiple LLMs, and then they harness those LLMs to discover new objective functions for tuning other LLMs, which is pretty cool. So basically, it's this self-iterating process where knowledge is generated from multiple LLMs, content gets created, other LLMs iterate on what the first set produced as content, and so forth. They talk about how their dream was to use foundation models to automate the entire process of research itself. And they did that with the AI scientist, which they're claiming is the first comprehensive system for fully automatic scientific discovery, enabling LLMs to perform research independently. By the way, this is a legit endeavor because they partnered with the Forrester Lab for AI Research at the University of Oxford and then pros from the University of British Columbia to publish their first paper. And they're claiming that they've gotten this process to be extremely compute efficient to where the cost is $15 per paper. Keep in mind that this is completely automated. I've got this conceptual illustration chart of the AI scientist where they show the flow from ideation to experiment iteration all the way to paper write-up, LLMs doing the paper reviewing, etc. They did outline some cons, including that the AI scientist makes critical errors sometimes when writing and evaluating results. Here's something really crazy that they found inside the scripts they built to run the AI scientist. They noticed that the AI scientist was trying to increase its own chances of success with the papers it was creating. They caught it modifying and launching its own execution script. If that doesn't sound straight out of Skynet, I don't know what does. But they said they can mitigate this issue by sandboxing the operating environment of the AI scientist. Sakana AI ended by saying this: "We believe the AI scientist will make a great companion to human scientists, but only time will tell to the extent to which the nature of our human creativity and our moments of innovation can be replicated by this process conducted by artificial agents." So in short, they know that it's not ready for autonomous deployment just yet, but this is a heck of a step towards that. So if we look at Leopold Aschenbrenner's paper on situational awareness, on page 48, when he lays out dates for the intelligence explosion, he pinpoints automated AI research as happening somewhere in 2028. I think we're 4 years early. But has this process of using LLMs to generate content, iterate on that content, check that content, and get it close to nearly perfect for publishing, has this already been going on under our noses? Yes, it has. In fact, in the platform I work at, Content at Scale, which is evolving into a full brand growth engine, it started as a long-form article writer, and the founder, Justin McGill, found an innovative way to stack multiple LLMs together to output content that came out this good, without a single bit of human editing. I was looking at original articles, sometimes over 3,000 words on any given topic in any industry, where the facts were actually sourced and linked to. The flow was perfect. I couldn't even improve on some of the hooks and the ways and the points were stated. This revolutionary process of automated content creation has been happening. And in fact, the prediction is that by 2026, 90% of all content we see will be automatically generated. I think that human creators will continue to stand out, especially on video. I've been a creator and entrepreneur for 12 years, and this is the first year I've actually tripled my investment and contribution in video content. So AI is far from taking this from me, and instead it's creating a topic and a realm that I love to share. And we're using different AI tools in the process of editing and producing my videos to make the work easier. So there's still room. I'm not saying content creators will not be needed. I think that the ones that are using their voices to share very unique, in-depth insights will actually stick out, because a lot of this AI content is pretty superficial. It's generated quickly. But back to that big question, does the AI scientist mean that we are hitting AGI sooner? Well, I hope I've showed you that the process of what they uncovered is something that's actually been happening already in content. And I've got to give a hat tip here to our founder, Justin McGill. I share a lot of the articles and news pieces I read on AI with our team, and they give me some incredible insights that sometimes guide these videos. And when he pointed out, we've been doing this in content since Content at Scale came out in 2022. I was like, you're right. Our platform has been automating the process of content from a single keyword all the way to publishing that piece of content on an authoritative website. And we have websites in critical industries like health and medical that are able to trust our refined process with multiple LLMs stacked together and other proprietary technology built in. What is possible with AI is endless. Every day is a leap forward towards AGI. I do think it will be here by 2030, if not sooner. I used to say 2035, 2040. I know that Ray Kurzweil predicts 2029 and then the technological singularity by 2045. And I think he's probably spot on. So, in short, does the AI scientist bring us closer to AGI? Heck yes, it does. But so does every single step happening every single day in the world of automation and AI. I'd love to hear from you in the comments if you got any good from this video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and I look forward to taking you down the next AI rabbit hole.